began with me in Houston when I was crossing the campus at Texas Southern University, where I was enrolled as a law student, having graduated from Michigan State University. And I met a tall, black, handsome young man named H.L. Zachary. He said, "Are you Eldridge Stearns, aren't you?" I said, "Yes." He had been reading about me being in the newspaper, the Houston Chronicle, that is, with my picture, where I was going to the city council criticizing police brutality. He said, they are looking for, there are 4 students in the room 219 of the law school, and they're talking about having a movement like they have had for the last month in Carolina. I had heard of it a little bit, but I thought they were just talking to me too much about my past. And he said they were looking for a leader. And I asked him, "Well, what you want me to do?" So I told him that you would be the leader. So I asked myself, was this prophet of gloom, a messenger of joy? But I had to go. I suddenly, without paying any attention, took my foot and rubbed out my last cigarette and led myself on up to the room 219, where I met 4 eager students: Holly Hogenbrush, our brother Theodore Hogenbrush, Eddie Ryson from New York, and Jesse Quakers. Those 4. That was the beginning of the sit-in movement. Chose Weingarten's supermarket, which was on Alameda Road in Wheeler, about a mile away. And as our first sit-in movement, we met the next day, though. Before we did that, when my leadership was challenged. Reverend Bill Lawson was trying to was offered the leadership role. He declined, and I told him in no uncertain terms that the leader must be prepared to die. And I was prepared to die. And over the years, I almost did. And did, finally. But back to the central issue. We marched, all 17. I had them declared their hands on mine. And the site after me, Abraham Lincoln. It is for us to live it, to be dedicated to the unfinished work. And with that, we marched shoulder to shoulder and on to Weingarten Supermarket. And I missed the high point of my life when I figured that if I got arrested, caught inside, the movement would lose its leader. So I went, there was a phone booth right outside of Weingarten store. So I went to the phone booth, I called the press, called the police, and told them to be there. It was 4:30, and what we were doing. And I didn't go in myself. I was through to this Baptist student union, Wheeler, headed by Dr. Bill Lawson. And I waited that evening until the news came on. And KUZ News and Kill Radio was going neck and neck with the news. And one of the, like Obama said, it's going to get worse before it gets better. I was waiting to see whether or not it was going to get better before it got worse. And just then the radio said, announcer said, student sitting at the lunch counter, one has been stabbed. I said, oh my God. Blood, I could feel oozing out the side of my side. I said, I must be the leader. And I overwent a transformation. And I have never regained that life again.
Obviously, that was a very rewarding as well as traumatic experience. And I'm sure that your involvement in the movement has been well with whatever experience you had at that time. You answered probably the next question that we had in mind, and that was, why get involved? Have you said most of what you'd like to say about that? And if you have, let's move on to the next. We're going to move it forward a little bit. What effect on blacks and whites do you believe that the movement had, the early movement, civil rights movement of the 1960s, early 1960s? Of course, we have to give credit to the students at TSU who were involved, as well as yourself. So again, what effect on blacks and whites do you believe that it has today? And some of it is obvious, but you may say...
Well, it certainly changed black and white. At Rice University, they wouldn't admit Negroes, and the university used to wouldn't admit Negroes, but they did now. They do now, and everything changed that was segregated. It was a total. I started in 1959 and ended in 1964.